Today we're going to be taking a look at mandatos. Mandatos, some of you have seen before, they are known as commands. These mandatos are used to give orders, instructions, or guidelines. They'll tell a person what to do or not to do. These are oftentimes used in instructions on your Spanish assignments. Actions are always in the present when you're commanding, telling someone what to do. They can be given to the second person, singular or plural, or third person. They can be given to you, or ustedes. So to usted on the singular side, or vosotros ustedes on the plural side. Oftentimes the subject pronoun can be used just to be extra nice. You might include to, vosotros, usted, or ustedes, but it's not necessary. And commands are either going to be affirmative or negative. An affirmative command would be listen. A negative command would be don't listen, telling you what to do. The first commands that we're going to take a look at are to commands in the negative, and then usted and ustedes commands that are affirmative and negative. Okay? Starting off, to form these, you need to get your mindset on present tense. That'll help you as you go through this process. You're going to start with the present tense yo form. Once you find your present tense yo form, drop the O, or in some cases, OY. Then you'll add the opposite third person singular ending. So opposite ending. If it's AR, you'll use your ER-IR ending. And if it's ER or IR, you'll use your AR ending. So in the to form, you use ES for your AR verbs and AS for your ER-IR verbs. If you take a look then for usted, E for AR verb and the letter A would be your ending for your ER-IR verbs. And in ustedes form, you'll use EN for your AR verbs and AN for your ER-IR verbs. So this is a little bit different. And in order to make these commands negative, you just add no before your verb. Very simple. For example, take the verb cantar. Take it to the yo form, you end up with canto. Drop the O, leaving you with cant. Add your opposite ending. So you could say no cantes, cante usted, or no cante, canten ustedes, meaning sing or don't sing. No cantes, don't sing. Comer, an ER verb. Take it to the yo form, como, drop the O, you're left with com. Add the opposite ending, which would be A or AN. Or in the to form, AS. No comas, coma usted, coman ustedes. Or you could say no coman ustedes, meaning eat or don't eat. There are several things to pay attention to, starting with stem changers. Stem changers change the exact same way as in present tense, what you've seen. Go to your present tense yo form, drop the O, and use the third person opposite ending. Same thing. Nothing's different. Just you have to remember that you do have those stem changers. With the stem changers, you take a look, for example, infinitive, pensar, it's a stem changer. E to IE stem changer in the yo form changes to pienso. To make it an usted command, opposite ending, piense, or piensen for ustedes. Volver is an O to UE stem changer, changing to vuelvo, drop the O, add your opposite ending, vuelva, vuelvan. Or pedir, an E to I stem changer, changing to pido in present tense. Usted command becomes pida, or ustedes command, pidan. Okay? This is just showing the usted and ustedes, but do remember that it applies to negative to, negative usted, and negative ustedes as well. Additionally, we have to pay attention to the irregular yo forms. The irregular yo forms look like this. You'll find verbs like hacer, changing to hago in present tense. Gotta watch out for those irregular yos. In usted command, it'll become haga, or ustedes command, hagan. Or to make them negative, no haga, no hagan. Poner, changing to pongo, gives you ponga, pongan. Salir would be another irregular yo. Venir as well, changing to salga, salgan, venga, vengan. Have to watch for some of those yogo verbs that are irregular in the yo form. Again, you do need to watch for usted and ustedes, but it'll also apply to the negative to form as well. And these are just a few. There are, of course, many others. Watch out for all of them. Of course, we have kargar zar. With these, you're going to go to the yo, drop the o, and then you'll add your preterite yo change. So just like in the yo form and preterite tense, kargar zar, car changes from C to QU, gars change from G to GU, and zars changing from Z to C. Okay? Adding the opposite third person ending, we'll take tokar, for example, go to the yo, toko, drop the o, you're left with TOC, the C becomes QU, and then you'll add your ending, toque, toquen, for usted or ustedes, meaning play. Of course, pay attention, this does occur in the to form as well. Pagar would be an example of a gar verb. Okay. And comenzar is a stem changer, so please note comienzo. So you've got the stem change, and then you also have your change from Z to C. So please watch for those. Okay. Next, we finally have irregulars. These are irregulars in mandatos. You'll need to remember dishes. Dishes will help you to keep track of these irregulars. If you take a look, these just need to be memorized and written down, and they do apply across the board. If you take a look, dar, ir, saber, haber, estar, and ser. I've listed them out there in present yo form, but you'll see that they are listed here in command form. Usted command, de, den, ustedes, vaya, vayan, sepa, sepan, haya, hayan, esten, sea, sean. Do pay attention to accents, as there are accents on dar and usted, estar, and in both usted and ustedes. So please pay attention to those. Okay. Moving on then, let's go ahead and take a look at some practice. Here are a few practices I'd like you to go ahead and try on your own. If you would, take a look at these. You'll see ustedes, usted, and to commands. Negative to commands, that is. Go ahead, pause now, take a look at these, and see how you can, if you can get them. Taking a look then at these practices, how'd you do? Número 1, escuchen ustedes al profesor. No vayas tú a su cuarto. Haga usted la tarea. Paying attention to the irregular yo in the yo. Hago, changing to haga. Had options with this one. Whether you chose comenzar or empezar, they both are stem changers, so you have to watch for that. And number 5, no coma. How'd you do? Alright, taking a look, I wish I could tell you that's all, but of course that's just your negative to and your usted, ustedes forms in both affirmative and negative. The next thing we're going to go ahead and take a look at are your 2 affirmative commands, and that'll complete them. 2 affirmative commands are pretty simple. Again, you need to think present tense. Go to the present tense to form, drop the S. There you have it. Okay, so it's a little bit different. You're going to take cantar and drop the S, canta tú. Okay, these are affirmative, positive. The translation of canta tú, of course, would be sing. Comer, drop the S, come tú, eat. Pretty simple. Of course, we do have some irregulars to pay attention to. Venir, decir, salir, hacer, tener, ir, poner, ser. You do need to go ahead and write these down, paying attention, of course, to the only accent here on ser. Watch for that. These are your irregulars. Now, the good thing with the irregulars, if you can remember which verbs they are, I have a helpful, tricky little way that will help you remember those two affirmative irregulars. Okay? Switching gears, grab your best German or Terminator accent. Okay? Putting it together, then you'll be able to remember these. Going through the list. Bendisal as ten veponse. Bendisal as ten veponse. Vin Diesel has 10 weapons. Ben Diesel has 10 weapons. That should help you to remember those affirmative irregulars. Pretty nifty, isn't it? Beyond that, you know everything you need to know. So let's try with some of these affirmatives. You can practice. Pause this if you would and try these on your own in your notes. How'd you do? Let's take a look. Trabaja. Be. Bebe. Abre. Ayuda. Pretty simple. Just have to watch those irregulars. At last, al fin. Good job.